So it's June 6, 1985 at the Troubadour. Slash and Steven joined the band 4 or 5 days before that. The feeling I was getting watching and taking pictures of this is wow. Wherever I pointed to, there was something to grab. I was going through film like toilet paper. My heart was pumping because everything sounded so cool and so good, and they sound like they've been playing together for like months, and yet they've only been together 4 or 5 days. I knew that all they got to do is stay together and not die or go to jail, and they're going to make it.
We're Guns N' Roses!
Marc became sort of, when Guns N' Roses formed, he was sort of like a sixth guy in there. He was always around. He had unlimited access to the band, especially in the early days when, you know, he was really the only guy who cared about the band. I think he believed in us.
He knew the psychology of everybody in the band. He knew what things caused Axl to freak out, what things made Slash nervous. Marc Canter knew this band is going to be the biggest band in the world if you can just keep it together long enough.
First time I ever heard Slash play was right here in this garage in 1981. I was sitting right here, just kicking it, and Slash was right here, and he was playing his BC Rich Mockingbird with the Sun amp. It was such a rich, thick sound coming out of it, and the notes that he was choosing to put in the guitar solos were just ripping a hole through my spine. To me, it was like seeing Eric Clapton or Jimi Hendrix or some old blues guitar player. It didn't fit the 15-year-old kid. We were best friends since we were like 11 years old, 1976, and we rode bikes together and did all kinds of things, but when I saw what his true talent was for this guitar, I made it my job to make sure that he gets to the next level. Here we are in the garage of all the Reckless Road books and photos. Here's a cool photo from Slash with the first gig with the Appetite for Destruction lineup, June 6, 1985 at the Troubadour. Oh, here it is. A video camera with the original Guns N' Roses sticker from 1986. I haven't been in here in a while. Here's my Canon AE1. All the photos from Reckless Road were shot from this camera. And here it is, the old clunker right here. You drop in the VHS tape, hit record. I filmed 30 Guns N' Roses shows with this camera. 10 to 15 minutes before a show, I used to get butterflies in my stomach because I needed to find a good place in the crowd where I could see the stage, where no one's heads or hands were going to be in my way. Nervousness, they're going to debut a new song, and I'm excited for it, to see how the crowd reacts. In 1985, 1986, they were writing songs, and they were all on the same page. September 28, 1985 at the Los Angeles street scene, March 21st, 1986 at Fender's Ballroom, February 28, 1986 at the Troubadour. It was like watching the Rolling Stones at the Coliseum. He's on the drum riser and he's just being Slash. Axl's just down on his knees, giving you 150%. Slash taking a moment, the most important show of his life. It was the night that got them signed, probably intoxicated and high. By then, they basically had the city by the balls. 1993, I started putting this together, which became my book, Reckless Road. And this is just my passion. Fans want to know where this came from, how it started. And so I felt that it was my duty to share this with the world and let them see what I was lucky enough to witness. I love them both. They're very special people to me. I wish they would love each other again, you know? Because we were all one big happy family. Slash was my best friend since I'm 11, but when I met Axl, we instantly became very, very close friends. At my wedding, well, the band was at my wedding, but we thought it would be cool if Axl could play November Rain while we walked down the aisle. But nobody knew what November Rain was because it was 2 years before it came out. And then, of course, it comes out and there's a video that's about a wedding. So it's kind of weird that I had that pegged first. It's just a shame to watch two of my best friends that made beautiful music together not communicate at all for the wrong reasons. This is where it all started, right here. This was the first place they jammed together. You knew that there was something special here. It was a start of something great to be. What made it so good was the fact that this is just a little tiny crappy rehearsal space. Slash was 19, Axl was a couple years older. They were just finding themselves. This was the place that my friends came together for the first time and realized the chemistry. What it would take to get these guys back together is simple. Come back where it all started, right here. This is the room they started in. No bullshit. Just put them in here without any management, any handlers, any roadies. I believe that the chemistry inside them, the gravitational pull, is so strong that if they would just walk in this room, music would pour out of their souls. They know they needed each other back then. They know they need each other now. You put those guys together in that little $15 an hour rehearsal space where it all started, that's all you need.